Hello everybody. So I've seen and heard a little bit of frustration when it comes to lathering Mike's natural soaps. This is Bayroom here, but I thought I'd make a video showing how I do it. I have a bit of hard water, and a lot of people do, and it is completely possible to lather this great product, but here's how I do it. It may not exactly work for you, but this is the method that I do. As always, your mileage may vary. So I've soaked my brush here for a couple minutes. What I'm going to do now is simply pour the water out, place it to the side, and the water will actually kind of stay in there. I don't clean it all the way out, so there's a little bit of water in there as well. I haven't really shaken my brush at all. Some water is still coming out, but as it's dripping, I'm just going to take it, and there's a lot of water. I'm going to run it in the mics, just very lightly, without using a whole lot of pressure. Just gonna swirl it for quite a while. What we want to do is just get the brush nice and loaded, and with mics it takes a little bit of time. Some people say 2 minutes. I've never timed it. I guess we'll be able to see on this video. But you can see that we're starting to get a bit of froth here, and that's fine. I'm going to run the other way for a moment. Still nice and easy, really not too much pressure. And looks like we got quite a bit loaded into the tip. So what I'm going to do is just kind of scoop up a little bit of this froth if I can, because that will just aid us. And put that off to the side and grab our bowl and start having at it. Our brush is nice and loaded. Now the thing with mics, you can see that it didn't even shake out the brush at all. I had lots of water in there. But would normally, like with Parasso or any other soap, I'd be getting like copious amounts of lather right now. But with the mics, I'm not. That's because mics, in my opinion, is super thirsty. Probably one of the thirstiest soaps that I've ever gotten. So after working this for a moment, you can see that we have a bit of lather, but we don't have a whole lot. So what I'm going to do is add a bit of water. We're going to run that in there. And I know that that's probably not going to be enough. So we had the brush full of water. I've already added probably a teaspoon of water. I'm going to add another. It takes quite a while to build a good lather with mics, but many people find it worth it. I find it worth it. Maybe one more. That's how I like it. So let's run all that up. I'll give it a final good run through here. And some people like theirs wetter, some people like theirs a little drier. I mean, it's all going to depend on your preference. But the main thing that I wanted to point out with this video is that you need a ton of water and you need quite a bit of load time. And even with all of that, you still have to work mics pretty good in order to get a nice thick lather. So I'm just smoothing it out a bit. It's probably been good to use for quite a while now, but as you can see, I got a nice bowl full of lather. And then if we want to take it, you can see that we've got a nice copious thick lather here. So, I mean, you could mix it more if you want, add more water. Maybe you've used less water. It all depends on your personal preference, but two things to take away from this: lots of water, lots of build-up time to get the tips nice and loaded, and then really work that lather. And just for reference, I'm using a Parker Best Badger brush. It's pretty soft. It has a decent amount of backbone. I've tried with a boar brush and that works okay. I think it requires more work than a badger brush, maybe because of the amount of water and, you know, the stiffness of a boar brush as opposed to badger. I don't know, but either way, as you can see, we're gonna have a lot of nice slick lather to drop onto our face. It smells great, feels great, and that's how I lather with mics. Hopefully that was helpful for you.